Hello teacher, my name is Dararaksmey and I'm going to do my final exam presentation, and my topic is about classes, and this is the contents: independent classes and dependent classes, noun classes and adjective classes, adverb classes. And now here we go. A. Independent classes and dependent classes. Independent and dependent classes are two types of classes in the English language. A clause is a group of related words that contains a subject and a verb. Clause is formed from subject plus verb. Clauses are the basic building blocks of sentences in the English language. A subject is the person or thing that is doing something or being something. The subject performs the verb. A verb is the action word in a sentence. For examples, the dog jumped over the fence. The subject of the sentence is dog because the dog is doing the action. The verb is jumped because it is the action. He smiled at her. The subject of the sentence is he. The verb is smile. My teacher told us to read quietly. The subject of the sentence is my teacher, and the verb is told. Independent clauses. An independent clause is a group of related words that contains a subject and a verb and expresses a complete thought. Independent clause is equal to complete thought. Independent clauses are complete sentences. They begin with capital letter and end with punctuation, such as period. For example, I picked a flower for you. My mom is nice. The teacher taught me how to read. The woman sang. And for independent clauses and for dependent clauses contain a subject and a verb, but do not express a complete thought. Dependent clause is equal to incomplete thought. A dependent clause is not a complete sentence. The following words in purple are called dependent marker words and will be explained in the next section. For example, when I picked a flower for you, what happened when I picked the flower? This is not a complete thought or sentence. If my mom is nice, what happens if my mom is nice? This is not a complete thought or sentence. While my teacher taught me to read. What happened while my teacher taught me to read? This is not a complete thought or sentence. Because the woman sang. What happened because the woman sang? Because the woman sang. This is not a complete thought or sentence. And part B is noun clauses and adjective clauses. Noun clauses. A noun clause is a dependent clause which takes the place of a noun in another clause or phrase, like a noun. A noun clause acts as the subject or object of a verb or the object of a preposition, answering the questions who or whom or what. And this is the words that introduce noun clauses. Noun clauses with WH verbs are indirect question. They have statement verb order even when they occur within questions. WH plus subject plus verb. For example, I don't know what he is doing. I wonder how he feels today. Where I put my book is a mystery. Noun clause is after verbs or expressions that show importance of agency. After verbs that show importance or agency, the base form is used. Use the subject pronoun before base form. For negatives, put not before the base form. And this is some expressions that show importance of agency. It is advisable. It is essential. It is imperative. It is important. It is necessary. It is urgent. And for examples, it is essential that a baby have stimulation. I advise that she stay home with her children. It is important that a diabetic person not increase the sugar intake. And for adjective clauses, an adjective clause is a dependent clause which takes the place of an adjective in another clause or phrase, like an adjective clause modifies a noun or pronoun, answering questions like which or what kind of. For example, the meat which they ate was tasty. This clause modifies the noun meat and answers the question which meat. They talked about the movie which made him cry. This clause modifies the noun movie and answers the question which movie. They are searching for the one who borrowed the book. The clause modifies the pronoun one and answers the question which one. Did I tell you about the author whom I met? The clause modifies the noun author and answers the question which author. And part C, adverb clauses. An adverb clause is an adverb clause is a dependent clause that modifies a verb, adjective, or another adverb. It usually modifies the verb. Adverb clauses are introduced by subordinate conjunctions, including after, although, as if, before, because, if, since, so that, then, though, unless, until, when, where, and while. These are just some of the more common ones. For example, they arrived before the game had ended. My sister, when she is angry, will turn red in his face. Elephants, although they are large, are not predators. Chocolate, because it has a low melting point, can be difficult to bake with. He remembered after he left the house that she needed to mail the thank you cards. And this is the end of my presentation. Thank you, teacher, for your listening and your attention.